very important thing for setting up a nursery, doesn't matter if it's a tree nursery or a plant nursery, is that you have a potting mix. So of course you can buy in potting mixes, but I feel it's cheaper to make it yourself. You know, you can buy the different things you need in bulk. You can get very local. You already have all the indigenous microorganisms that you have on the land. You're kind of boosting them instead of getting things from the outside. So I really like to work with what we have. So the potting mix for our trees, which is made out of compost, as I said, but also rice husk, which is a very beautiful local material that we can get for very cheap from the rice mills around. This one adds aeration to the mix. I'm also using a rice husk ash, as I feel it gives also structure to the mix. I think it adds potassium, but also it is storing the water, the moisture. And now I also started to add a little bit of a rougher cocoa nut fiber, because we're getting in dry season now, and it's important for the mix to really hold the moisture, which is also a very good thing if you do your own potting mix, that you can adjust to your needs. You know, like in wet season and rainy season, I would add like way more rice husk in order to be sure that the water is kind of, you know, running through and the trees are not sitting in the wet soil that much. And now it's getting like, yeah, way less. I put way less in and try to increase the amount of material that is holding moisture. I'm bulking this whole thing up with soil that we have on a land, or you could say dirt, I guess. So we just put it here in the nursery, and I was like just using that to really bulk it up and to give some biology to that. And it's very beautiful. You can see there's some tiny worms here as well, because I just made this mix and I got the fresh compost. So I'm happy to see that it's alive. So for the trees, I feel they definitely can do with a quite rough mix. As you can see, there are quite big chunks in there still, and I'm not putting that much effort into getting it very fine. Whereas if you want to plant annuals or anything, you know, that is a little bit more, like has some tiny roots and needs a little bit more caring, that, which is a little bit different. As you can see, it's way more fine, but it's also more work to to make it, but it looks very beautiful. I'm very happy. So this basically is sifted compost. So I was working with the mesh and just getting it like very fine, and then also you can see the coconut fiber is in there as well. So I mixed that together for everything that's a little bit more, needs more care and is more fine. Star, star.